Hey everybody, so recently I saw a Twitter thread of different political comics about how Kamala Harris is good, and I just thought I would go through them with you guys today and give them each a rating and tell you how I feel about them. So I hope you enjoyed that. So in this first one, Donald Trump is sitting with an umbrella. The umbrella says Vance on it, and Kamala is represented not as a woman, but as a wave, a blue wave, signifying her incoming crushing success. What do I think about that? I think that's a pretty clever bit of art there. And I would give that a 4 out of 10 because it's not funny at all. Air temperatures and even ocean temperatures keep rising, and scientists say that it will just keep getting worse. Do Republicans have any plans for combating what science says is a threat to life on our planet? Damn straight we do, the other guy says. We're going to add the climate hoax and science to the list of stuff schools can't teach. One of the lesser comics I think I've seen in my life. They would be inefficiently written even in a non-comic form. Like, I don't know why the woman says air temperatures and even ocean temperatures keep rising as opposed to just the planet is getting hotter. You know, it's just long. It's long-winded for some reason. So I don't think it's very good. 2 out of 10 comic. All right, so this comic is really getting into the more serious business. The Republican Party, represented by an elephant, says, no, those are gun-loving Republicans. Why can't you just go to a school like the others? And he's talking to the person who attempted to assassinate Donald Trump at one of his rallies. So the Republican is saying, why? Why try to take out Trump? Why not go to the school and take out the kids? I think that's pretty cool. I would give that a 6 out of 10. Wow, this video fucking sucks, dude. Okay, so this next one involves 4 donkeys, raising Kamala Harris in the way that the 4 soldiers raised the American flag, after the Battle of Iwo Jima in the, a famous photograph. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't get it. Kamala is like the flag in that we want her to be raised. I don't think that's very good. I would give that a 3 out of 10. So we got some kind of a Democrat talking to some kind of apathetic guy. The Democrat says, don't you get it? It could be the end of democracy. He actually said it'll be fixed. You won't have to vote anymore after this election. Good, says the other guy. He's wearing a mad t-shirt, so you know we don't give a fuck. And then the text on the bottom says, the irony of explaining the importance of keeping our democracy to someone who doesn't care enough to vote anyway. That would be the most normal person to have to explain the value of keeping your democracy to. It would be ironic if you had to explain it to someone who is obsessed with voting. You know what I mean? Usually I'm not pedantic about uses of the word ironic, but in this case I would call it the opposite of ironic. And I think that it does merit some pedanticness. I also don't know why you're putting a sentence of text unprompted in the bottom left-hand corner of your comic. 3 out of 10 Kamala Harris comic. Look, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm giving you my real fucking opinions. And for example, my next opinion on the next comic is going to be really positive. In this one, Kamala is racing Donald Trump and she's winning. I do like this comic because of the big baby body of Donald Trump. So that gets a 9 out of 10. So this guy's at a bar and he's talking to his boys and he says, do the Olympics get a gold medal for giving us something to focus on other than the election? And everyone else is just really placid and calm and pleasant and just having a nice time. I actually really like this comic because it feels very real. I don't know. I like that one. I give that a 10 out of 10. Okay, off with this one next, says the MAGA guy. And he's throwing the word ageism. We're doing ageism now. Maybe this is referring to the treatment of Joseph Biden. I think that's a bit silly. That feels a bit odd to me to call what happened to Joe Biden ageism, but I do like the spirit. So I'm going to give that one a 4 out of 10. So Donald Trump is in his car and he's saying looking for work, but he's not at a job site or something, like a job placement location. No, he's at the good old fashioned American racism house. He's at the guys who like racism convention, and there's a guy with a gun who's a racist, and he's He's saying to that guy, hey, you want some work? That's so like the way it is these days. I'm going to give that one an 8 out of 10. So in this one, Kamala's a duck and the baby ducks, the chicks are Democrats and they're all in a row. Their ducks are in a row. All the Democrats are supporting Kamala now. I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's at least an effective bit of visual metaphor, you know? Like, it's very clear what it means. It's a very conventional kind of pun. You can see it on advertising material, like you could imagine it. I would give this a 6 out of 10. It's a solid bit of work. What am I looking at here? What am I looking at here? So, in the Oval Office, Putin wears an I hack button. He says, nice doormats, comrade. Trump is saying, has a button that says, I love dictators, and says, I use them daily. And they're stomping on U.S. intelligence and the American flag and the Constitution. So it's like, he doesn't have much respect for those institutions, Trump. Yeah, I guess that's true, actually. I mean, that is true. 5 out of 10. So now the choice is between an old convicted felon who packed the Supreme Court and overturned Roe v. Wade and a former prosecutor who supports a man's rights to choose. Is this a trick question? Yeah, I agree. Kamala would be the better president. So I actually do appreciate the sentiment. 8 out of 10. So in this comic, Donald Trump is standing next to a sign that says "me." You know, that's all he's got his brain on. Kamala takes the M, presumably, and I actually like the way this comic leaves action to implication. She takes the M, bonks it on Trump's head, leaves a little, sore. I mean, this guy's hurt, and it makes it "we." So, I would say that's got 7 out of 10. Great. Now my truck is going to look silly, this guy says. And he bought all this, like, anti-Biden merch. That's a joke. That involves a joke. That involves an idea of a joke. This man has been made a fool by his spending purchases. He hated Biden so much. What's going to give him his identity now? 9 out of 10. It's perfect. What the fuck am I looking at? So Trump is saying now you'll never have to vote again, and all the boys are agreeing. They like it. 5 out of 10. And then the last comic is Kamala saying "Make America Laugh Again." I wouldn't normally mind this one so much, but I think it's uniquely ugly, that face of Kamala, so I don't like it. 3 out of 10. I'm really sorry. I thought this would maybe be a bit more entertaining, but I have this new policy where if I have an idea for a Little Joel video, I just have to do it. Like, it's not something I get to think about and like revise or like wait for a funny idea. So when I start to do something, I just have to do it and then hit publish. So, I don't know why I thought this was a good idea to talk about like famously unfunny, uninteresting art for like, I guess it's been like 10 minutes.